What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Better Than Static. I am your host, Tyler, and with me today I have my buddy Lucas
Hey, hey.
and my buddy Chris.
What's up, people?
What's happening?
So just PSA, you might hear a little bit echo because me and Lucas are in the same room because I'm in Lexington with him today, but I'll do my best to fix that and post edit and stuff. So if it is there, I'm sorry. If not, I did a really good job. So you're welcome. But this is our first episode in 2 weeks. So we didn't record last week because we went on an awesome bachelor party that Chris planned for me.
We didn't really plan anything. We kind of just figured it out when we got down there, really.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of a good plan. Because,
yes.
Well, it was me, you guys, and then Greg. And we're all pretty good at, going with the flow.
Yeah.
Because,
What?
I was going to say we just went down and did stuff.
Honestly, the best thing we could do. So let's go through all the stuff we did. We one thing I wanted to do and we did was I went to one of my favorite pipe shops that was down in Gatlinburg. But other than that, the Alpine coaster, we ate really good, and we did an escape room, which we crushed that escape room.
Yep. It wasn't fair for the escape room.
No, it really wasn't, because we went in with Chris, who does puzzles like that for geocaching, and just is used to looking for weird stuff, and then an accountant and 2 engineers. So 4 grown men can make a chump out of an escape room.
Yep. Finished with 17 minutes left or something like that.
15 minutes, 11 seconds.
Well, I think we had more than that because it took her a little bit to stop the clock, I think.
Well, no, I think it stopped once we opened the door.
Yeah, because I was if she would have done that, I would have been upset with her. So,
see, I feel like it kept running even though she opened up the door, or we opened up the door. I don't know. Either way, 16 minutes is still a really good score. Or 16 minutes to spare is a really good time.
Yeah.
Which we even we were talking about it. We wasted a little bit of time, just because one of the things took us longer to figure out, and then we also misplaced a gold piece, which was one of the keys for the room.
But we didn't misplace it.
No, it was there. We thought we had 2 and we only had 1. But it was good. I think I would do more. That was our first one and Greg's second one. And it was
really do more. Greg was telling me that there's one in Lexington that's apparently 3 stories tall, 1 room.
Oh, that's cool. This one was probably 2 stories because 2 of the rooms were on the same story, but you had to go through 3 rooms, right?
No. Well, I mean, it was a half story kind of thing because the first room, and then you went up the stairs to the cabin, and then you went down the slide to
the mine shaft.
The mine shaft, yeah, that's what it's called.
Because outside the cabin was the same level as the mine shaft, and then you were just up half a story when you got to the cabin.
Right.
But that one was really good. That is it was the escape room brands, because there's a bunch of different brands as well. I was looking, because there's the breakout games, and then it's can you escape or something, or try to escape.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of them like that.
Yeah.
But I would do another one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I definitely want to do another one. We need to get, if we do one in London or something like that, we could probably get 8 people, or however many people is
allowed.
I don't know.
Well, honestly, we did a 6-person room, and we did it with 4 people, and I feel like it'd been tougher with 6.
We're all large people, so it's kind of
that was the thing too. Just space.
Yeah, it'd have been crowded.
I feel like we could do an 8-person one. I would like to go back and do the degree harder than what we did. Just try it.
Yeah. No, I definitely think if we do one in Lexington or London, then I think we could get a full team in both places. So
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Like, let's say we take us three and like Samantha. Samantha's she's intellectual, or I wouldn't be like going to marry her if she wasn't.
she's an intellectual.
She's smart.
I just got the
and-
mental image of like, using the middle finger to push the glasses back up on her face and like
Well, the funny part behind that is she started wearing she got glasses and she started wearing them more, so she actually does push them up a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. It was just kind of funny because
I'm a bit of an intellectual.
But like we also have Luke and Hillary, who are two intelligent people too, that we could do like an escape room with in Lexington, and then or like if we're in London, you have Tim who and Greg and like who have done multiple.
It's
So
undefeated
like we
though.
have a
That's too
full
much
team
pressure.
anywhere we went. Yeah, Tim is undefeated. But also, how hard of ones is he doing? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to test.
Also, don't you want to be there whenever he finally fails one?
No, I do not.
I don't wanna
you
be on
want to
his
be the
team.
reason that he fails?
No, I do not.
That honestly, if Chris was in his room and they were close to fail, Chris would like have a breakdown.
You think I want to fail? Heck no.
No, like Chris wouldn't want to fail, but if he was on on the team that was going to break someone's streak, you would have such a even more high anxiety attack.
Oh.
I would like to be there when they get out and they fail and just be like, haha, losers. But I wouldn't want to be on the team because I'm too competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I say that now, but I'm the exact same way. I'm sure if I was there and we started to fail, I'd be like, no.
You guys
I
suck.
feel like I would start panicking under 10 minutes.
Under 10 minutes, yeah. I think if we would have got I'm trying to figure out like how much time we spent in each room. It only took us like 5 minutes to get out of the first room. And it took us
Yeah.
probably
I think the second room took us the longest because we
Yeah.
couldn't figure out the checkerboard on the floor.
Well, that and then the thing on the fireplace, which was like the color code combination thing,
Oh yeah, yeah,
which you figured that out by looking down the sights of the gun. Which
yeah.
that was really cool, like to have those clues. Also, just this episode's sponsored by Breakout Games.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say.
not an ad. But I want to do more. I said, did y'all watch the YouTube link I sent you yesterday?
I watched the first like 30 seconds of it and was like, I don't want secret tips. I just want to do it on my own, and turned it
Yeah.
off.
I just like Mark Rober. He's got some cool. So I sent for the audience. I sent Greg and like Chris and Lucas like this Mark Rober video where he goes and talks to like the main guy who makes the escape rooms for the Red Bull tournament stuff, which I didn't know that was a thing. And he like Mark Rober goes and like asks him a bunch of questions because not only does he design the breakout games, he designs a lot of like just games in general. And he's a cool dude. He would have a cool job. But it was really neat to like listen because we did a lot of the things they said. Like we didn't overthink and go down rabbit holes. We didn't.
I feel like there probably really weren't that many rabbit holes.
Well,
Because everything in there had a use. There was nothing that didn't have some use in there.
yeah. And another thing they said that we did really well was each person would work on their own thing unless you had to have two people.
Right.
Like-
And I feel like there wasn't really anything in the one that we did that required more than two people. Like that required like one person to go one place and another person to go the other place. Everything was kind of like one at a time.
Yeah. And we did a really good job of saying, okay, Chris is going to do this part and like find that piece. And Greg was just like, well, I'm going to go do this. And then, me and Lucas might be working on a puzzle together or something. That was the main thing that they were saying because that's communication and you don't want to like butt heads because you don't want to have more than two people because that's when like that head butting starts happening. Or at least that's what they were saying. But I had fun. I would do it again. But like the whole bachelor party, I think it was really cool because all of you had hung out prior to the bachelor party. Because Greg came up with me for LexCon that we hung out with Lucas, and then Greg and Chris hang out all the time,
Yeah.
and then like you and Chris hang out all the time. So we were like friends, all friends together, which was great. It would have been awkward if like I had someone that wasn't a part of our friend group.
I mean, that was the second time I've ever met Greg, I think.
I think no, because you went to a couple movies with us, me and Greg and stuff.
Yeah, I guess I did.
But also, you and him are pretty similar.
Yeah. No, we got along pretty good.
Yeah, like remember the one we went to Chicago for, and the groom had to bring like his soon to be wife's little brother, and it was just weird.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah, it was just super weird.
Yeah. Whenever he tell us he didn't know how to ride a bike, and we decided to rent bikes and ride it around the city.
Yeah, and he almost took one into Lake Michigan.
Yeah, he almost took 2 little kids into Lake Michigan on complete accident.
That would have been a story and a half, though. That would have been so funny. Because
Yeah.
the story we have is still pretty good, but it could be better if he actually did go into Lake Michigan.
I mean, I don't even know. I'm not the best on a bicycle because I haven't rode one since I was 12 years old. But like, I don't know how that's possible. Like, I don't, because he was just riding dead straight, and then all of a sudden he like lost control and took off at like a 90-degree angle to the left, straight towards the water.
It's like he panicked when he almost hit the little kids and got the speed wobbles, and then just like whipped it right towards the lake.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which that was like how me and Luke got around Chicago. There's like, what are they called? They're the bikes you can rent by the hour.
The Lime bikes or whatever?
Yeah, the Lime bikes. It
I'm
made
thinking
me
of
around.
scooters.
No. These were like the precursor of the electric scooters. These were, I guess, they were the Lime bikes, but they were in major cities, and they were super convenient because you just check them out and you have them for an hour, and you just have to check them back in, and you can check out another one. That was confusing to me because why couldn't I just ride the same bike all day? But you had to check it in every so often.
No.
But you could have an all day rate. I just didn't understand why they made you check them back in. But yeah.
Me either.
Yeah, no, it's just dumb.
I mean, I guess if. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, me either. I was trying to think of something. I get maybe for maintenance or something, but nobody was there when you checked it in to get maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, you just checked it in and grabbed a different one.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
the same one. Like, it didn't really matter.
I don't know. But like I said, this was a great bachelor party.
Get hot salsa.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yep.
Or Chris ate super hot salsa.
It's called Death by Salsa.
Yeah, and I tried to talk him out of it. I was like, no, don't do it, Chris. And he was like, bet. I was like, I'm not betting you. He goes, I'm going to do it. I was like, but Chris, I'm not betting you. He goes, but I'm a man. I was like, Chris, you don't have to do it. And he did it anyways. And he didn't have anything to drink at the time. So we were at the island in Pigeon Forge, and we were at the Pepper Palace. And we had to get to the general store and get him something to drink before his head exploded. And he was like freaking out. He was sweating, and then there's a line for the register, and he's like freaking out. He's about to like shake the kid that's in front of him, like just move him out of the way.
I don't know if okay, look, I don't think I was doing that.
You were pretty frantic.
But I was standing still, like the franticness was in my brain and the sweat beating up at the top of my forehead.
You kept like wiping your head and like looking around. That's what you did. It was hilarious. Because I'm just sitting there eating like pecans, the cinnamon roasted pecans, and just like watching. I'm like, you could do this, or we could go do this, and just like keep eating my pecans. Oh, I wish we could have got it on video. Which we could do that. We could do like a Pepper Palace pepper review for a video on YouTube, maybe. Or like all be in the same room and do the hot chip challenge and just see who can last the longest without like drinking milk or something.
I would win.
I don't know. I think I would go through physical pain to win.
uh, I think I have a higher tolerance for hot stuff than you do, Kirby.
You have a higher tolerance for hot stuff, but I think I have an ultimate higher pain tolerance than your hot tolerance.
I don't know.
I think I could do it.
I will suffer for art.
Is it art if you don't suffer?
Yes.
I feel like, yeah.
Van Gogh didn't need that ear anyway.
I mean, he had an ear
Exactly.
infection, so he just cut it off to where it didn't hurt anymore.
I thought he cut it off for inspiration.
Because some girl broke up with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he cut it off for a girl. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't remember. If you know that, email us.
Yeah, I don't
Look it
know.
up.
I mean, you could look it up. I'm not going to look it up.
I know they released that one like documentary about Van Gogh that was all painted. Took them like 7 years to make because everything was hand painted.
Was it like a stop motion, or did they just like
Yeah,
paint
it
a
was.
slot?
It was like a stop motion, but they had to paint different pictures, and it was like in the Van Gogh style kind of thing, where it's all the whoops and circles, and I don't know what you call it,
Swirls?
swirls.
I
You know
think
what I'm
they're just
talking
called
about.
swirls. Like you talking about Starry Night.
Starry Night. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Which what else did Van Gogh do? Did he only do Starry Night?
Oh,
What else did he do?
I don't know. A bunch of other
I think
stuff.
that's his most like famous one.
I feel like if he was as good as everybody made him sound, he should have more than one famous one.
He's got an
Uh,
entire museum in Amsterdam.
yeah, he did the Starry Night, which was his most famous. The Potato Eaters, Wheat
What?
Field with Crows, At Eternity's Gate, Irises, The Night Cafe, Starry Night Over the Rhone, Portraits by Van Gogh. Yeah, that was the other thing. The really famous one is his self-portrait.
Oh yeah, self portrait. And then the Night Cafe was another one I knew. But
Off his own
still,
ear when he got in a fight with another artist called Paul Gauguin. And then apparently he like got in the argument. He began to hallucinate, and he had like an attack, like a panic attack, and he lost consciousness. And apparently during one of these attacks, he used the knife on his own ear.
so what scares me is where I'm going to go be a teacher. Is that one of my students will have a panic attack like Van Gogh and then cut off their own ear?
How would they get a
Uh,
knife inside the school, Tyler?
I
I
mean,
mean, I carried a pocket knife to school or like all the way through middle school.
Those are different now.
I still think I could have carried a pocket knife if I was in high school.
I think you were allowed one
No,
whenever we went. No?
no.
Oh.
There were teachers that tolerated it because, like, one of my teachers, she knew I had one and was like, "Hey, can you open this box for me?" And my mom was one of my teachers, and she would just call me up to the front to open up stuff all the time.
Because I carried one too. Because I didn't.
But also, it's like cultural differences because Kentucky. I was actually talking about this yesterday with one of my friends named Travis, which you all know Travis, but like the audience doesn't know Travis because he's not been on the podcast or anything. But he was saying like how he went to, I forget where he said he went. I want to say it was a DC, which makes sense why the cultural difference is there because it's so high security there and stuff. But the security guard was like, "Why do you have this huge knife?" And it was like not even that big of a pocket knife. He goes, "What do you mean? Why do I have that? I'm from Kentucky. That's just a thing we do." And
To
the security,
open boxes. That's why I have it.
yeah, like there shouldn't be you shouldn't have to answer why you have a pocket knife. I don't know. That was what threw me off in that story.
Like, how do you open your Amazon packages?
Yeah.
You just look at them and they pop open.
I literally used mine to trim the plant we have at work yesterday. Because one of the blooms had died. So I went through and trimmed it up and made it look good.
See, I use mine a lot. We have which I carry a box cutter instead of like a pocket knife now, but because construction that is more durable and useful than a pocket knife. But we don't have a paper cutter, and we print off these huge plans. Sometimes we have to trim them. So like I just use that to trim them. Like we have like a straight edge, and Greg will hold the paper tight, and I'll just cut it. So that's what I use mine all the time at work. It's better than scissors.
Yeah.
But so I guess back to the breakout games. If you guys were to do another one, do you have a theme you'd want to try? Because we
I
did
don't. I just
Gold
want to
Rush.
try. I just want to try them out. I'm not really interested in a specific one. I just want to, I mean, I kind of wanted to do the haunted one, just maybe it would freak you out a little bit.
Yeah,
But then I realized that you're only scared of scary movies, so I kind of gave up on that.
yeah, I'm weird because haunted houses don't scare me. It's the movies like get inside my head. Like in a haunted house, I know it's just people. But movies like Conjuring, where they talk about demons and crap, that's a whole different story. That just like gets in my subconscious.
Yeah.
But I would like to try. I want to see how hard the 8-person room is with 4 people because I think we could do it.
Yeah. I mean, if we finish that one with 16 minutes left, like I mean, I can't imagine them like you needing 4 more people. Like I have to guess that the recommendation is that like, hey, we want to get 6 people in here or 8 people in here at $30 a pop because that
Yeah.
makes us the most money. Like that's how many people we can probably legally fit in these rooms for fire code. So that's how much we're gonna. That's what we're gonna plan for.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me for the marketability and like the money wise. And
Yeah.
but also if you look at the ratio of the difficulty level from the one that we did to the hardest 8-person they had, and then like use that.
It was only a 2 bump.
Yeah, it was 9 out of 10 versus 7 out of 10.
So if you like say, so we used 44 minutes, and that was a 7 out of 10.
6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes
44
per
minutes.
difficulty level. 44 divided by 7. So 6 minutes per difficulty level is what I'm like roughly. So 9 times 6 is 54. We would still have 6 minutes if it was a direct correlation to like time per difficulty level. So like, I think we could do it. I think we could do it with the 4. And also we know, which that's another thing. If it's like, what if what we expect is nothing alike with the 9 out of 10 difficulty level? It's all about like your expectation going in, because where we had no expectation, we weren't like, I don't know, misled. Like I feel like if we had the first expectation, it would have changed how we did some of the things. But the way we did some of the things were the optimum way to do it.
Yeah, and I think going into it being like, let's look and find everything in this room first, and then we'll step back and look at the puzzles and see what goes with what and all that kind of stuff. Like we
Maybe you
didn't
could apply
just
that to every room you do.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing. That was a big thing in that video, is just find everything that you like, locks you have to get to, and then like every clue you have, and then you can just use it to get forward. And I think some people, so like let's say someone just went in and went directly to the cabin doors, like, well, how the heck do we open this? They would have never found everything, because we found the letters and then the sign to put the letters in, and then we found the box that we had to open up later on in the game, and we found the tree. Like if you would have just been like a straight line for one thing in that room, you would not have done as well.
Yeah.
Which Greg knew that, and Chris, as soon as he went in, was looking for stuff because he didn't pay attention to rules at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't pay attention to the rules because, like, I know I'm not gonna break them. There's no rule that they're gonna say don't do this that I do. Like, I don't break rules, so I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about it was a competitive advantage to go ahead and scope the room out while the time wasn't running.
I guess. But there was something else
And
on
I
that
knew you guys would, so I didn't see any reason why I should. And if I did something and I was doing something somebody's like you can't do, like okay, cool. Like outside of not using your phone, it was pretty much free game.
I guess, yeah. So the only thing I would suggest us to do next time is when we unlock stuff, leave the key in the lock and leave it hanging where it was. Like open it, but like leave it hanging.
Chris is the only one that didn't do that. He just put one in his pocket.
And then another thing I would say is like in each room have a place to put all your clues or like pieces you find. That way you know what you have and you know what you have to use to get to the next one.
Yeah, and we did that with the gold piece.
In the third room, not the second room we didn't.
No, in the second room we did. The one gold piece we had was on the windowsill. Somebody said there was 2 gold pieces, and it kind
Here's what
of like
happened.
blew everybody's
I
mind.
set it up on the windowsill. I don't remember where I got it, but I opened something up and the gold piece was sitting there. And I'm like, well, I need both of my hands, so I put it on the windowsill. And when Tyler did the one thing, I don't know, whatever that one.
Somehow it got from the windowsill to like when we opened up the one lock, it got to that shelf. Because when I put in
That's where
one
I
piece,
put it.
no, you put it on the windowsill.
I swear I put it on that.
Yeah, you put it on the windowsill. I'm saying you put it on the windowsill.
I thought I put it on the shelf. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
then that's how it got on the shelf. I thought you put it on the windowsill. I'm like, well, who put it on the shelf? Because there's like a piece of wood that fell when I inserted like a key, and that gold piece was there. I'm like, oh, well, this fell out of that wood slat like compartment, and that's why I thought we had 2. It was a whole thing, but it was fun. And I mean, looking back, I don't think we wasted that much time trying to find the other gold piece.
No, it was literally probably like 30 to 45 seconds. Like it wasn't.
So add 45 seconds to how much time we had left. So roughly 17 minutes.
Yeah. And I think the other good thing we did was we went through and we took everything we didn't use from room to room.
Yeah, you and Greg did a really good job of that.
If we
second to third room.
Yeah, if we didn't, then that would have messed us up, especially with that lunchbox thing.
Yeah, because we'd had to gone back up. It would have been really bad had you couldn't got back to that room.
Yeah.
Then again, that's the thing that's crazy when you think about how they make this. They close their loopholes, so there was a way to get back through there. So like to having to think through all the variables about what a team might do or think outside the box and how somebody would approach it. So you don't have a team that gets in there and they forget something and they can't get back through there, or they do a puzzle wrong and it's crazy that they take all of that into account when they make them.
Man, I don't even know how like they start to make those. I would love to like. I know it would ruin the behind the scenes thing and break the fourth wall, but I'd love to go in one and like to like one of their design meetings of how they design those rooms, because just the storyline for ours, like wasn't the best, but it gave you motivation to get through.
Winning's the motivation. I couldn't care less about no story.
Well, no, like you gotta have it to like set the theme.
Yeah, but I'm like, don't care about no minor. I just want to get this win. I just want to get this dub, man.
I mean, yeah, but just like.
But the whole thing with like if you fail, the mafia gets you.
I'm not sure what that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about.
Yeah, the mafia getting. I don't know. It would have been cooler if we were just on the treasure hunt. That's what I would have done. Is you're trying to get in to get the treasure and get out, and like the door we left out of would have been like the exit of the mine to just get out and get our treasure.
Right, but then there would be no motivation to do it quickly.
Yeah, that's true. The mafia coming was good.
Yeah, so that's where I know it's pointless and useless, and I'm sure if we just failed, she would probably opened up the door and been like, oh, you didn't make it, the mafia got you, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like
people to bust in with like rubber mallets and start beating us up.
yeah,
or like fake guns or something. Like, get on the ground.
I don't know.
No, they probably wouldn't have done
I
that.
don't
But
like that. It's a
it'd
bit
been
extreme, man.
like I don't want to go through it and lose to find out, but I'd like to see like watch someone lose to see what actually happened at the end. I I want to do the like one like what Greg was talking about with the casino stuff. I think that one would be fun. The heist one they had there would be cool. The Mission Mars one, I don't know if that one would have been as good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would have been. I feel like all of them would be interesting once you got in and like started doing them.
Yeah.
But like there are certain I guess themes that suit more to like trying to solve puzzles to get out. Like the prison break one would be really cool.
Yeah, the
Because
Prison
that's
Break and then the heist one I feel like would be good
yeah. And
because you go
then
through and you have to
like
find
the
a bunch of
heist.
codes to get in safes and stuff.
Yeah. But in the casino one would be pretty cool, like going through and trying to rob a casino or something like that.
Well, no, Greg's was like the one that Greg did prior was a casino one, and you had to figure out like what James Bond's alias was and how much money he won when he went in the night before,
Oh, I gotcha.
which sounds really cool to me because the clues you could have done like how to figure out his name, how to figure out the amount of money you won, it would just be really neat. The thing that amazes me with these games is even like in our small town they have one.
Yeah.
Like in London, it just amazes me that they have one, and I've heard multiple people say that have done like a lot that it's pretty good.
Next time I come to London, we need to go do an escape game and throw axes.
Yeah, because that's another thing. London. Well, technically, Corbin's got the axe
You're
throwing.
right. It's close enough.
Yeah, like I love how much stuff our town is getting to do. Um, I don't know the plaza like how easy it would be to start the escape games as like a business in your town, or like to start like your own franchise. But if like your town doesn't have a lot to do, it wouldn't be bad to try. I don't think. The axe throwing it wouldn't be bad either. It's just the liability issues that could be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's like honestly, it would be very hard to like it's very safe kind of thing. Like you would have to do something stupid to get injured doing it. And there's also like somebody there, like they don't just like turn you loose and let you go. There's somebody that sits with you and makes sure you're throwing correctly and that you're not like being an idiot kind of thing.
You remember
And
in college?
they also make you sign a thing saying like, hey, if you get hurt, it's not our fault. It's all on you.
Do you remember in college when we'd go to like our friend Brad's basement and throw knives?
Yeah.
That's how you get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all
Especially
that
when,
actually came in handy whenever I was throwing axes.
yeah, we did. We were actually pretty good at throwing the
Yeah,
knives.
we got pretty good at it.
It's still amazing me. Like Luke just picked one up. It's like I could do this, and just chucks it as hard as he can at this door, and
Yeah.
it sticks. The knife sticks in backwards.
Yeah, the handle goes through the door and just stays in it.
It was just like he goes yee and throws it as hard as he can.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what else. Like, because what was crazy is last weekend it felt like we did so much, but looking back on it, like yeah, it was still fun. But it's like we only did like 5 things, but they were such good 5 things. The only other things we did was like eat. We ate at Quaker Steak and Lube, which was great wings.
Yeah, dude, I
And
wish we had more of them. Those are good.
yeah, those are awesome. The deal, like they like it was. Here's the thing: The $10 for 10 wings and a side is a great deal. And then I feel like we got more than 10 wings. And then Mama's Farmhouse was great. I love Mama's Farmhouse. It's like
It's really good.
which it's probably not good for the obesity of America because it's like it's the family. So, audience, if you don't know what Mama's Farmhouse is, it's a family style restaurant. So, like they bring all the food that's on their menu to your table and you just eat. It's
Yeah.
like a buffet that they bring it to you, so you don't
Yeah.
even get the exercise of walking back up there to like get more food. But it was great food. And then we went to Old Red's, which is one of Blake Shelton's chains. Which, giving you a little insight on my food, it was really good, but I didn't. So you know how we talked about Chris didn't really listen to the instructions for the escape room and probably some other stuff on the weekend. There was something else he didn't listen to the instructions on. I just can't remember what it was. I think it was something.
It was
with,
the Alpine coaster because he thought the 80 feet was the elevation and distance that you needed to keep back from the person in front of you.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what I couldn't remember.
I paid attention to the directions. I knew I was supposed to stay behind 80 feet. I just didn't think those signs were telling me that.
Just because whenever he said that, it kind of broke me because I never thought of those signs as like the elevation. Like I just thought it's telling me that's 80 feet in front of me.
Which honestly, the Alpine coaster was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
They took us up 4 different hills and let us go. The other ones just take you up the one hill and you just go to like it's super quick. That one was worth the $18 to go on it.
Yeah, I wish each section was a little long because it seemed like right as soon as you're about to like go, it had you slow down and back up a hill, which was fine. Like it was still a lot of fun, but each section was a little short.
Yeah. The last section was pretty long though because
the last section was really good.
I got going so quick. I had to pull the brakes and then they didn't work that great. Because like I pulled them and I didn't slow down any. So I got freaking out. Like I was like getting my cart was shaking, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die. This is it. This is where I die." But
You would have died, but okay.
No, yeah. Well, here's the thing on an Alpine coaster: if you fall off, you're only falling like 5 feet off the track because the hill will catch you.
Yeah.
Like that's the safety things of it is the worst that could happen is you fall maybe 10 feet. Like, yeah, that's going to hurt, but it's not like you're going to die.
But you're falling 10 feet at however many miles an hour, hitting the side of a mountain. Not really a mountain. I mean, some parts of it was pretty steep.
Yeah.
Some parts on that one like had you going off on the side of the mountain.
That's true. If you'd gone off like on that part, you're just going. You're gone. But how fast do you think we got going?
Like
just enough for my hands to go numb.
Yeah, I mean, it was some
chilly.
parts of it was pretty quick. I'll say that. It felt quick. It might have been, because you're in a little cart thing.
What'd be funny is like you feel like you're going 40, but you're actually going like 20.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any way we hit 40.
Yeah. But it was good. That was one thing that was so like the tobacco shop and then the Alpine coaster were on my list. And everything else was just like a bonus. But back to like Old Reds, I didn't read the menu close enough, and I got a burger called the Obergatlan burger, and it had it was like mushrooms and Swiss. It turns out it was a pork burger, but I didn't know that until I took a bite, and it wasn't bad. It tasted good. But have you all ever had that thing where you expect it to be one thing and it turns out to be different?
Yeah. But the thing is, like, did you just read the name of it? Because the very first line of the description was literally, "This is a pork burger with da 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 da." Because you told me what you were getting, and I read it, and all I read was pork burger, and I was like, I think I'm out.
Well, there was multiple burgers on the menu, and I was just reading what was on the burger. I didn't actually read the burger meat description.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna get a burger. That's probably what I'm gonna get. And I was just like, well, what comes on this burger? What comes on this burger? I didn't actually look at the specifications of each burger. So like, there's probably another burger that was some like chicken burger or salmon patty burger or something. Like there was probably stuff like that. I didn't read them, but no, it was good. Old Reds was cool. We've basically done like a travel channel review of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge,
Yeah.
which 10 out of 10 would do again. Like, not get married again. I'm not going to get married again. Like, I'm not married yet. Like, 10 out of 10, I'm going to get married to have fun. But I would go to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge again because I've done it multiple times already.
A 10 out of 10 would go to a place I've been to multiple times again. Oh, okay.
Whatever, Chris. Oh, shoot. But did you all have fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a blast. The only thing that was really sketch at first was when we went to the Airbnb and the lady was still there. I'm like, is she gonna actually stay there? Like, she's staying with us. But
yeah,
it turned
that was a little worrisome, but
But
it
it
ended up
turned
being really nice. So
yeah, Chris did a good job with Airbnb. It just freaked me out at first. I'm like, oh god, he didn't read the whole description of the place. But no, you did good, Chris.
Try.
Yeah, you did good. Best man material right there.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, that's Chris. Hey, Chris, what material is that shirt you're wearing? It's best man material.
I was like, I don't know.
I was really confused.
It was a bad joke.
You read it. Hold on.
My brain literally went, how do you know what type of shirt he's wearing?
Yeah, because we're not on Skype anymore. We're on Discord, so we can't see each other.
Yeah.
Can't pull my collar around like that. I'll ruin the shirt, so I won't do that.
All right, that's all I got for this episode. Do y'all have anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
That's like a roughly 40-minute episode of pretty good content, I think. So hopefully you guys think so too. Thank you guys for listening. Sorry we missed last week, but we were having a blast in Gatlinburg. That way we could come tell you about it. I think I recommend everything we did. Like Alpine coasters are cool. Breakout games are cool. You should do those. And we're going to do more in the future, and we might have more experiences to tell you. Hopefully, none of those experiences are we fail. That would suck. We're all competitive. We're too competitive for that. We would never tell you if we did fail, probably.
Yeah. It would go to my grave with me.
Yeah, we'd have a blood pact.
Yeah. It's like I get back and be like, oh, did you go do that breakout game? No, we decided not to.
No, what you're talking about. What breakout game? What?
Yeah, we got there, stayed roughly an hour, and we were just like, no, good.
It took us that long to decide. It took us an hour to decide if we went or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, those will probably be more in the future. We'll tell you about them. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and also review us. We'd love to hear your comments, and tell your friends. We know we're not great, but we are better than static, and we will catch you guys next time.